In the meantime, some more breaking news relating to the New South Wales Liberal Party and the future of two former ministers in the Morrison government. Political Editor Andrew Clennell has this exclusive. Andrew, let's start with this news around Fletcher and Hawke and the prospects of an early election. How do you see all this playing out right now?
Well, I think an early election is a live possibility. The dates being talked about are November 30, December 7. Now, Anthony Albanese's done all he can to hose this down. You couldn't actually say whether it happened, but you'd have to say both sides of politics are planning for the prospect that could happen. Now, Anthony Albanese's talking about a March budget like Scott Morrison had and then a May election, which is intriguing because Labor were always critical of that March budget idea. But outside of that, that plays into this story I'm about to reveal, Kieran, which is that Paul Fletcher and Alex Hawke are being attacked from within. These two former ministers, in Mr Fletcher's case, the opposition manager of business in the lower house, quite a senior role, and yet there are two motions to go to the State Council of the Liberal Party this weekend from two different branches, which targets both of them. So one of them in relation to Fletcher talks about that State Council resolves to overrule any decision taken by the State Executive in relation to the endorsement of a particular individual Liberal candidate at Bradfield. Paul Fletcher was pre-selected. Another candidate, Paul Nettelbeck, had nominated, didn't make it through their nomination review committee, and this branch, Roseville, wants that overturned. They want a new pre-selection. And then the Artarmon Branch, they're going to move this, that the centre-right powerbroker, and I believe Artarmon's associated with the right wing, want the Hon Alexander Hawke to be expelled by State Council from the New South Wales Division of the Liberal Party in accordance with Section 3.14 of the Constitution. So the war's alive and well in the New South Wales Liberal Party. That's not good news for Peter Dutton in the lead-up to the federal election. And there's also speculation as well that there could be a reopening of all pre-selections should the redistribution, or should I say after the expected redistribution this year. Now, if there were to be an early election, Kieran, the State Executive would then move to keep all pre-selections the same and go against what traditionally has occurred, which is when there's a redistribution, there's a belief in the party that pre-selection should be reopened. And why is it significant if pre-selections are reopened? Well, there are several former New South Wales ministers like David Elliott looking at Parramatta, Matt Keane indeed looking at Bradfield and other seats who might want to put their hands up should those pre-selections be reopened. So, but that simmering tension between the factions will be on display again this weekend in terms of the State Council Liberal Party.